Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and injective price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is Ethereum chart here on the 2 hours chart. We're gonna dive deeper in this structure because of course, again, the same scenario reversal yesterday that we got, of course, is a very intense market and very reversible market, I would say. So basically, I'm still looking for lower, guys. Despite, of course, that this move looks like kind of like impulsive yesterday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still even doubt it. It's not even an impulse. I see it even as an ABC in Ethereum, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also internally here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a wave B very shallow, not hitting the 0.38 even. And here we go. We drop down very massively downward, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 towards lower prices. And that because, of course, you still in an unfinished structure, guys. You still need the blue box. You still so far to be bullish yet. Now, I mentioned yesterday, yes, okay, be careful from reversals, be careful from some potentials of higher prices and so on. And that because, of course, we might turn into a running flat, kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, we start to see some kind of it, but obviously it took a 3 waves towards the downside. Plus, another signal here that we are looking at is that you finished here in, again, 3 waves downward, which is not really good here, where you took the high here and you have an A, B, and a C. And in this case scenario, you finish, of course, corrective, and then you're gonna simply continue toward the downside. And that because, of course, you have unfinished structure. Always, when you want to finish structure, think always about an impulse to be finishing any structure, whether you are bullish or bearish. Any structure has to finish in a 5 ways impulsive or, of course, ending diagonal. Otherwise, the things might still be continuing the trend simply. Okay, and that because, of course, you might be here in 3 waves, you might continue, take the low, and it might be even becoming more aggressive right now because this might turn into a running flat here, and you might see a massive drop here. Okay, so in a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then wave 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, so we gotta be careful with it. This might be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, and a C running flat, and you see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 massive drop downward. For, of course, the blue box here, I'm expecting at least this blue box because anyway, we are looking for a wave 2 here, which is in confluence with the 0.38 on the linear chart, 3,767. This number is to keep in mind. And of course, we need it because you cannot move up for Ethereum as 1, 2. 1, 2, you cannot move from here. It's not possible. You're not grounded yet. You need a ground to jump. Okay, so this is the same physics concepts here. You need a ground so you can be able to make a jump. All right, so you cannot just jump from the air. So this is the idea. If that if that brings you much more closer, I'm talking here about moon boys, guys. Only moon boys. I know many of you are really supportive for this channel, and even if we are bearish, when we are bearish, then we have to say it is bearish. So this is regarding Ethereum. Solana. For Solana, of course, we're still looking for potential double 1, 2. So we're still bullish, but the correction is not done yet. I'm still looking, of course, for the 1.38 here. Potential scenario as an A, B, and a C. So I'm looking here for a massive wave C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a massive drop might unfold here. Okay, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and probably we move toward the downside. You got here potentially, let's move on the 15-minute chart. You can see clearly that you don't have really a nice impulse finished there. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, your wave 3 is the shortest. And if you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, okay, that might be, but it looks like 3 waves toward the upside, meaning W, X, and a Y. And this, of course, might transform here as a potential zigzags and an X in between and a wave Y. And you see 1, 2, 1, 2, and then now 3, 4, 5, massive drop toward the downside. And I'm still believing here that we might still, of course, need this target. We need to go a little bit lower even for Solana. You cannot move, guys. You cannot move, of course, without the ground. Again, you have already your 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got even new highs through an expanding flat, which is, of course, here confirming how much greed is the market. But a lot of greed is gonna transform directly to fear. Okay, and here we go. Right now, we're moving toward the downside because it was not able to move up. All right, and you got your 5 waves here. Even I got here my confirmation for higher in case, of course, the things goes up, but it didn't. Yeah, so we're still looking for lower, and we still have 1.38, 1.618, $174 for Solana. I'm still believing here for lower, of course, before we start the bull run for the altcoins. Injective. On Injective, we have double 1-2. Now, it's a very nice price action. I mentioned yesterday, don't take it so much seriously about my blue box. We might simply take the low, but you did not took the low yet. Okay, so we still need that low. An A, B, and a C still required here. We still need to take this level. Not necessarily to take the blue box, but yeah, at least to take the low, guys. And this structure here, I'm going to remove this channel to make it clearer. So this structure where you have 1-2 and potentially another 1-2, and then you have a 4 and a 5 here in zigzags, okay, can be, of course, a finished diagonal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for injective. Can be possible. But if we take a look closer here, if you have, of course, this zigzag, you have a wave 2 here, and you got kind of like an impulse here, and it's not a zigzag. Therefore, you have to consider all of it as a zigzag, not as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, the shape is looking like so, but it is not true. This is your wave 3 here, okay, and not your wave 3 over there. And that's because you started with a zigzag. You got to your wave 2. You need to continue as a zigzag. So impulse, correction, impulse. And here we go. Now you get your wave 4. This wave 4 can be, of course, very shallow, or it can be still looking for higher. So wave 4 as diagonal, you can see that the 0.23 already taken, meaning can be from there dropping down for a final wave 5, which it might be, of course, a zigzag. This wave 5 is not necessarily to take the blue box, and this is what I was mentioning yesterday. Now, in case that, okay, it's gonna take the wave 4 in the perfect blue fib levels, meaning this impulse might be A, B, and a C here. However, internally, if we dive inside it, you will see here that you might be, of course, in an impulse 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And you might be, of course, in a wave 2. Therefore, in case injective wants to be in ABC zigzag, yes, can be. But in a bigger view, you're still, of course, bearish. All right? You're still looking for lower because we're not done yet here. And this is a 3 waves finish. Again, if you want to finish a structure, you have to finish in an impulse. At the end, it should be an impulse. Even in a diagonal, which is a zigzag, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 is a zigzag, right? You will tell me, oh, but how you say it's an impulse? Well, here we go. This is your impulse that it should finish over there. Okay? If you don't get one, that means, of course, you did not finish a structure. Currently, on the 15-minute chart, did we got an impulse over there? Here? Is this can be considered an impulse? Yes. But why? Because you have A, B, and a C. Meaning the overall is 3 waves. All right? So that is the idea, guys. So by all means, we still have potential wave 5 to unfold or 4 and a 5 to be unfolding downward. I'm still looking corrective here for injective as well. That was it for Ethereum, Solana, and injective. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.